Hey, I'm Dylan at Western Bikeworks, and this is our Power Meter Buyer's Guide. They say that absolute power corrupts absolutely, but power measurement will absolutely improve your training and performance. Power meters are becoming ubiquitous. They're on all the pros bikes. Enthusiasts are now beginning to use power meters. We're going to look at these today. We're going to look at the why. Why do you use a power meter? We're going to look at the where, the different components that can be outfitted with power meters. And we're also going to look at the what, the different products that we have on offer that can allow you to maximize your training. First, let's look at the why. Why train with power? Traditionally, people would use heart rate monitors to train most effectively, but heart rate is not the best measure of your performance because it can vary with caffeine intake, altitude, sleep, or lack thereof. A watt is a watt no matter what. So it's the best way to measure exactly how well you're performing. Power meters prices have come down considerably in the past few years. There are lots of options out there. We're going to look at those. First, let's look at where. Power meters use tiny little strain gauges, these very highly tuned, calibrated pieces of electronic equipment that measure the amount of force that's deflecting a tiny little tube and converts that into watts or power. They can be placed on lots of different components on the bicycle. We have hub-based power systems, we have crank or spider-based power systems, and we have pedal-based power systems. Which one should you choose? We're going to look at those options. So first, let's look at PowerTap, venerable player in the power meter market. Been around for about 15 years, so when Justin Bieber was still a twinkle in his daddy's eye. This is the G3 alloy. Also comes in a carbon version, the G3 hub. This wirelessly communicates via the ANT Plus protocol with the head unit of your choice, something like the Garmin 500 or the 810. Lots of ANT Plus compatible head units out there. And what it does is it has the strain gauges embodied in the hub, claimed 1.5% accuracy. That's pretty much the gold standard for all the power meters that we're going to be looking at. Benefits is you can swap it between multiple bicycles without any worry. Very quick to do that. Downside is you don't get left and right balances. So the other meters that we're going to be looking at, the pedal base and the crank base, either directly measure left and right independently or they intuit what that might be depending upon where the crank is in its rotation. You don't really get that from the PowerTap. Prices have come down on the PowerTap in the last few years. This is a great one. You can also get an additional little accessory that allows it to communicate through the Bluetooth Smart protocol. Check these out on westernbikeworks.com. Now we're going to look at some of the other power meters we have on offer. This is the Garmin Vector, launched to much fanfare last year. This is a pedal-based power meter. Comes in 3 different flavors. We have the two-sided one that measures left and right. We have the S, which only has sensors in the left pedal, and then they also make a large. That's for those cranks that might be larger width or thickness, like some of the carbon cranks from Specialized and the like. And it uses this little pod to transmit via the ANT Plus protocol to the head unit of your choice. Possible downside is they are only compatible with the Look Keo style cleat. So if you're a fan of a different kind of pedal system, or if you want to use power on your mountain bike or your cross bike, the Garmin Vectors are probably not your best choice. We're very pleased that Garmin brought these to market after much anticipation. Now we're going to look at Quark from right here in the US of A, based in Spearfish, South Dakota, where all of the manufacturing takes place. 1.5% degree of accuracy. So again, we're going to see the same degree of accuracy from all these different power meters, available for 130 BCD and 110 BCD. And also, as you swap chain rings, it's not going to affect the readings on the power meter. This is a great option. Very easy to change the battery. It uses a very small coin cell battery that you can change by yourself, unlike some other power meters like SRM where you have to send it back to the factory. And although the Quark system does not directly measure left and right independently, it only has sensors in the drive side crank. It uses the position of that crank in order to extrapolate how much power is put down by the left or the non-drive side foot. So that's a really cool feature with the Quark ELSA system. Also communicates via the ANT Plus protocol, so it'll be compatible with the Garmin head units or any other ANT Plus compatible device. Comes in a range of crank lengths for 24mm GXP and also BB30, 10 and 11 speed compatible if you're a Campy fan. They don't yet make a Campy version, in part because of their affiliation with SRAM. All of these power options are available at westernbikeworks.com. Have any questions, give us a call or visit us at westernbikeworks.com.